sikhule bro sifuna imali esongo amengena do sizophanda kuzingosa. Got a $1 billion tree, yeah, I need $1 billion tea, yeah.
Welcome to Friends Will Talk. Thank you for watching another episode with us and clicking that button. And please again, please press on the subscribe button. I'm in trouble with Lucinda regarding that. Please join our family by subscribing. Thank you very much for watching and sharing the video. And please welcome any comments. Tell us how to improve, which topics that you would like us to talk about. Whew, now that's out of the way. Today we're going to be talking about something that's very important, and I feel that each and every South African should have or must have, and that is a driver's license and obtaining it legally. We'll get to why I'm saying legally. And on the couch with us today, we have Tabayi from Tabayi's Driving School. Welcome, Tata. Good. Thank you very much. Now, before we get to it, I would like you to introduce yourself and tell our viewers where you're coming from and who you are.
Okay, my name is Bandile, Mabhulu. The nickname is Tabayi, and the name of the driving school is Tabayi Driving Academy. I chose the name since I affectionately known as Tabayi around the area, so I'm living here in Khayelitsha.
Super. And why not driving school and driving academy?
No, the reason I'm saying is that it's an academy because it's where maybe we believe that we're going to start from afresh, and then someone should get a driving license as an academy. So we groom people for better life.
Super.
Yes.
Well said. Now tell me, why do you feel that it's important for people to own a driver's license?
The reason for that is because it is very difficult, firstly, to get a driving license. So I decided to go for it after I passed it because I enjoy a very difficult route in order for me to get it. So I wanted things to be easier for the following ones. Hence I decided, okay, let me follow this route.
And why do you think it's important for me to then have one? Because I believe if I know the reasons, it's going to be easy for me to come to your driving school, or for the listeners to then think about it and see that, oh yes, this is something that we need.
We need it, master, because today's life, driving school, in fact, driving license is regarded as a qualification on its own, which means it's no longer like someone is motivated to have a license since there's cars or from his family or the bloodline. So it's something that is required, even if they are not going to use it at that particular work, but they still require it. So it's a requirement on its own.
For job purposes,
Yes.
for other people. And also what you say, it's important for people to be driving their families around. When there is family meetings or occasions during the family, we need that one person who's going to be driving. And unfortunately for the Shumi family, that happens to be me.
Okay.
Because I know if there's anything, the minute I arrive, there you go, the car is full, I'm dropping people around. So it helps when you have that kind of person within the family, so that you know that if anything happens, you know this person is licensed.
It's not about only the license, it must be a responsible one. Because you might have a person who's having a driving license, but that particular person is not responsible. Because remember, there's life around. In fact, when you drive a vehicle, it's more like someone is having a firearm.
Okay.
Which means with the firearm is easy, it's a danger. It's a danger to the community, it's danger to the next person.
Okay.
Same as the vehicle. When you drive a vehicle and then it's driven by someone who's not responsible, that particular vehicle becomes no longer a safety thing, it becomes a danger to the public. Hence, it needs someone to be very much responsible when you use it.
Okay. So that's where you then need to go through a driving school or an academy so that you can be taught how to drive properly.
That's perfect, because you need to just follow the instructions and then you do it for the rest of your life. For instance, the problem that we're encountering, I'm sure maybe we're going there. Most of the people, they want to acquire the driving license without following the K53 defensive driving skills,
Okay.
of which that K53 defensive driving skills is meant for driving from the word go up until you go away. It's not like only it's meant for passing license purposes. Yes.
So you get people that have driver's licenses but can't drive. Or you get people that do not have driver's licenses but can drive.
Master, yes, there are those type of people who can drive but who can't think of the next person.
Yes.
Because of their irresponsible on the road. It's something that is in our nature to do that. Because once you get you pass the certain standard, you no longer know what is expected of you. You just focus on the next one. So, abantu abafuni ukobea the rules, because should we obey those rules, and then for everyone it can be safe. Because for the license, it must be even Gumuntu or consequent that that particular person is responsible. And once you have the license, you take care of the other driving vehicles. You must also be able to anticipate hazards on the road. So you must be always alert and you must have sober-minded. But can you to say that you know what is
I remember now one thing that I was told, that I'm not only driving my car, I'm driving the car in front of me, I'm driving the car behind me, and I'm driving the car right next to me.
Yes.
And now they should be
the road.
doing the same thing.
Yes.
Now, so I understand that it's a process where you need to start with your learners, right? And from what age can one obtain a learners?
A learners, a 16-year-old can obtain it for motorbike and under, but for code 8 it must be 17 years old, and then for code 10 and above it must be 18 years and above.
And that's just the learners.
Yes, for the learners.
Okay. And what does one now need to do if they want to acquire a learners?
For the learners, you must have today's life. You must have a proof of address.
A 16-year-old must have a proof of address.
Which means you must have a county list.
Okay.
That's another topic.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So someone must have a proof of address, 2 ID photos, and must at least know the rules of the road, the signs and road markings, and also the contracts.
Okay.
Yes, in order for particular one to pass it.
Okay. So if I wanna take my daughter through the process, I'll bring them to you guys, and then I need to obtain the IDs. I need to then teach her how to, or you guys will take care of that.
We'll take care of that, but at least you must assist us with the ID.
Okay.
Yes.
So she must have the 2 ID photos.
2 ID photos, ID, and a proof of address. That is your responsibility as a parent.
Okay.
And then the rest
Falls
take
with you
care.
guys.
Yes.
And how long does that process normally take?
It can be 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh.
It's not very late.
And again now, because I remember Ayaka came to me, just can you please teach me how to drive, because I'm going to be writing my learners. Is that necessary for someone to know how to drive before they write their learners?
No, it's not necessary. Someone must at least have a learner's bio. He went for driving. Then after that, he can acquire now about the driving skills. Of which also for that driving, you need someone or a driving instructor to teach someone on how to drive. Not just anyone. One like your master. You're not a qualified instructor.
So I need to be a qualified instructor before I can teach. No, that's why I have you. Now, okay, so I am 17 years old. I've just passed my learners, sorry. Now, can I immediately go for my drivers?
Yes, for the code 81.
Yes.
Yeah? You got that license, that learners on age 17.
Yes.
And then the learners is valid for 2 years. So which means within 2 years, that particular person will be 19 years.
Yes.
So at 18, he or she is allowed to book a learner's license and driving. But in that period of 17 years, she can start
With the learners.
That's
With the drivers.
That's correct.
And another thing, must it be the same code? For instance, if the person has a learners for code 8, must the then person who's driving next to them have a code 8, or it can be any code?
For a code 8, it can be any code, because code 8 is the lowest one, then the others are higher. So any code is for the instructor.
Okay.
But for that one of the learners, then he or she must have that code 8 learners.
Okay.
And then that's how it works. But for the code 10 one, at least I must have the code 10 in order to learn someone, not the code 8 one. Yes.
So Z-levels nalapho
I'm
driver.
telling you.
So with the code 8 is
But who don't know code 8 in driving skills is a better one than the one with the code 10 driving skills.
how so?
Because the one of code 81 is able to know the vehicle in and out in terms of observation and also how to park a vehicle. But the one who's having a code 10 one, once they got a vehicle, they will give me a call. Tabayi, I've got a car. Can you assist on how to enter this yard?
Hey.
But for code 8 ones, you won't have that one. So in terms of skill, I can say the one with code 8 is better one than
So code 10
are you parking spot? Because for instance, if you go to a mall where you want that parking whereby is going to be this space, the one in front, so that you can just go in straight and then park there with the front, so that when you go out, you just go out that
Yes. So I don't need to reverse out. I just want to go ahead.
And also the parallel parking, you've got the one parallel, you want back. Constant ones.
Speaking about
You
parallel
turn your
parking,
head looking for those things.
I got my drivers in 2018, and I parallel parked. I don't remember when the last time I parallel parked. I was sent to Cavendish to go pick up something from my boss, and I had to parallel park. And now the car that was parked, these guys, I think they were code 10 drivers as well, because they've eaten a space, my parking space in front, and also the one. So I had a tight squeeze. But then I remembered the teachings that I got. Look at that. Review mirror there, it must hit the mirror on the other car. So those things stayed with me. So how do you guys then make sure that when you are teaching someone, those skills stay with them?
They said the perfect practice makes someone perfect. So if someone came and then that particular person did it perfectly when he or she was doing his lessons or her lessons, then that particular person, I don't know whether it will be how to park a vehicle. But if you just came when then white person was a passenger.
Wait.
That's
Let's get to that. So there are ways you can obtain it without obtaining it legally, a driver's license.
It's a clear one, that one.
Right. So, because I remember for me, this guy right next to me hounded me for quite some time. Yeah, Rastauli Chawe, why don't you have your driver's license? And for me personally, my problem was that people asked me for money. Right? I went through a particular driving school, I'm not going to name the company, and when I got to the Department of Driving, then the person asked me, what do you have for me? And this is the person that's supposed to to the instructor that's going to be passing me. Asked me,
Instructor, examiner.
the examiner, yes, the examiner is the correct word. They asked me how much I have for them.
Okay.
So I said, nothing. I know how to drive. I've did my lessons, and I know what I'm here for. And then they said, oh, okay, let's go. Passed the yard, went out, and then they just said, okay, no, you're filled, let's go back. So do those things happen to other people? And if so, what impact do they have? Not just on the people that are obtaining the driver's license like that, and also the industry of driving academies and school.
For that, master, it's a what? It's on our daily basis we encounter that. In fact, they expect something, yeah? But because of maybe abantu because for instance, someone will give me a call and ask, Tabayi, I'd like to know how much is your lesson. Then I'm answering about your lesson is blah blah blah. Then where can I book? I said you can book anywhere. Which one are you connected with? Oh, yeah, the second question. Bear in mind, I don't even know that particular person. Which one are you connected with? I said, no, you can book anywhere, it's not a problem. Okay. How much is the connection? Stay like that.
Okay.
So, which means the public itself is the one who come with that mentality of recruiting those guys to be to do what they are doing.
Sure.
Because most of the people, they come with the mentality of, I'm not gonna follow the right procedure. I just want a shortcut,
yes,
and I want to get it as soon as possible. You'll get a strange comment. Someone saying that I don't want to go to the class for the learners, but I'd love to have one. And that's how. Even now, I was late now, yeah, when I came here. I'm coming from the office, and then the two guys came across the road, and then came the other one, a short one, a young one. That's brah. How much do you sell confident license? I said, I don't sell. And then he was looking like, how come you don't sell? Like, bruh, he repeated himself, how much? I said, I don't sell. Really, bruh, you don't sell? I said, I don't sell. So that's the public.
Okay.
Yes. And then the public now persuaded those guys to be like, I mustn't say they are persuaded them. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. But those guys now, most of them, they fall into that trap now of like no longer examine if someone is good enough to pass his or without bribing them. So they are so much used to that. But there are still few of them or the driving stations where you can get your license without doing that. I must say.
Because the only way I got then motivated again to go through my drivers is that I was told that there is a station where that this doesn't happen at all.
Yes.
And if I go there, the chances are I am going to be right. Yes. Well, I'm not going to be asked for money.
Yes.
And I went through that station and really I was not asked for money.
Yes.
And there was a car coming from the department following my truck that I was driving.
Okay.
And the instructor, because I don't want to name them, man. It was a community where I'm not comfortable with. So I'm like, hey, there's this car that's following us, bruh. Hey, and this is not a comfortable community for me, so I'm not safe here. And then the instructor said, on East, those people are coming from where I work. They're also testing you.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay. So now I have this one that's next to me, testing me and scoring me, and I have people behind me also testing me and scoring me. So that's when I felt comfortable. Okay, cool. If I do the right things here, I'm going to obtain it legally. All right. But now, what I would like to know from you guys, from then the industry people like yourself, is how can we then make this practice minus, not let me say clean, because I know a colleague of mine that also passed it ngendlela ezisemva, and she's not ashamed to say it. And that's her, that's not me. And she doesn't know how to drive, but she has a driver's license. I never questioned it. It is what it is. But my question to you is, how can we then make the industry or the practice as clean as possible?
It's not an easy thing, because as you're saying, when I were followed by the inspector, and then the inspector was inspecting whatever he was inspecting. But now the problem is the inspector would be one per station. So that inspector, it might come once a week or once a month. It's only that particular day where things will be right off, that, or maybe that particular hour.
Yeah.
You understand? And then the inspector leaves and then back to drawing board.
It's business as usual.
Yes.
Okay.
So, when it comes to Indlela, because I was also thinking if maybe our vehicles can have cameras that can, maybe someone there at the station who's just going to sit at the camera, and then that particular person check if the learner does observe, check the vehicle, or check each and every move. While the learner is doing whatever he's doing with the examiner, he could be able to hear whatever
the conversation as well.
Yes, I give them, and also mark whatever needs to be marked there also, and then the examiner comes back with the sheet.
Yeah.
And also
they compare notes.
Yes, I think but
okay.
also the one behind that computer will be another one.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
So I can't say we're fighting a losing battle, but
we're getting there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now
it's what I'm thinking, Master.
It makes sense.
It's not like it's what they have.
It makes sense. It makes sense. And for you, who is the better learner? Someone that has never driven or someone that knows how to drive?
Someone who never driven.
Awesome.
I choose that particular person every day. Someone who never driven is the one who's correct, because that one is able to listen and then is going to do what is expected of him or her. Unlike you, when you come here, you come with that habit of you that you know it all, and now I have to take you to the basics, or if you don't want the basics, and now it's going to be another thing. So it's not easy to have a who driver than almost Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to put my slack at this and then drive, because that's how I usually drive. Put the music up. Let's go.
That's you. Tabayi can do this without you observing.
Oh yes. I struggled with that. I struggled with that because
you're not the only one.
Because now I'm used to driving, and now I have to go goof, and do all of those stuff so that I can obtain my driver's.
No, that's wrong. That's what I said earlier. Because the purpose for you guys is more like, let me do this thing and then get it done, then go back to my old habit, of which is not supposed to be like that.
Yes.
That K53, if it can, it's a defensive driving school. It's a defensive driving methodology, which means if each and every person can use that, and then we can have fewer accidents on the road, and then we can arrive wherever we go safe and sound, and if you get me, because the problem now with about as soon as they pass, then someone goes drive without consideration, they drink before they drive, all those.
Here's a question and a debate at work that we have. What is a safe following distance?
A safe following distance?
Yes. For my vehicle, and there's a vehicle in front of me, what is a safe distance?
In terms of meters, you just know. But you must be able to see the whole vehicle in front of you, and also there must be a gap between you and that vehicle.
Okay.
So, and even for my learners, when they stop the whole vehicle, back one, and then there must be also a gap between me and that vehicle, and then you stop. Okay. You don't bracket yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we've been having this situation because with other drivers, you can't even see the license plate of the car in front of you.
No, it's not the right one. It's not the correct one. Always see the whole vehicle, space, and at least you.
Super. And one of the things that I wanted to find out from you is, what are the disadvantages of owning a driver's license?
Disadvantages of owning it.
Or should I say, what are the responsibilities of the person that has a driver's license?
Okay, let me put it this way. A driving license is a privilege. It's not a right to have it. Which means someone who's having a driving license, as I said earlier, it must be, in fact, they don't test your mental capacity. They test for if you can drive, which means you need to be always mentally sober, and you need to be very much responsible when it comes to the driving. You must be able to anticipate the moves of other vehicles, and as I said earlier on, you must be able to always have enough space between you and your vehicle in order for your vehicle in your danger to the next person, and also so whenever you have a license as a driver, you must always
all right. Now let's say there's an accident now, and there's a driver. The front car hits the back car. Okay, saying it wrong. There's a car in front of me, right? I have a driver's license, and the car in front of me, the person that's driving doesn't have a driver's license. Who does the law protect and why?
Okay, no, I get you now. The law protects the one with the driving license because that particular person is the one who's authorized to be on the road.
Okay.
Unlike Isela, we get allowed to be in the
Okay.
So even if that one who be right about him, the fact that he or she doesn't have a license, it works against him or her. Yes.
So I'm scot free. Also, all right, but before we let you go, how can people reach you guys at Tabayi Driving School?
At Tabayi Driving School, you reach us on Facebook. It's Tabayi Driving Academy.
Driving Academy.
Yes. Yeah. And on our website is www.tabayidrivingacademy.co.za. And for emails, info@tabayidrivingacademy.
Super. And what we're going to do is we're going to have all the details right down, so you can go to the description to get all the details. Yeah, for another day, you're going to tell us how you obtain your website so that we can share with the people how to get that right. Because there's few businesses at luxury that do have websites. Even us, we're still going Gmail for people to reach us. So for when we're gonna have you again on this chair. But thank you very much, man. Thank you very much for sitting down with us. Before we let you go, on this part of the segment, we ask the crew at the back if anyone has a question. Okay.
man.
What happens if like the driver doesn't have the license and bump someone who was crossing the road?
That is a very serious offense, man. And then a charge should be opened against that particular person, the driver. Especially if that particular person crossing the road is crossing it on a pedestrian crossing. Because as I said earlier, you must be able to identify the hazards of the road. Then one of the hazards is also the pedestrian crossing, and then the particular person who's going to cross that. So you need to be aware that that particular person has got a right to cross there. So should that happen, a case should be opened, and then that particular person should go through the court processes.
And another thing, why do drivers think that they have the right to the road, because there's people that are walking on the road. There's people with bicycles that are riding on the road. They also don't give them consideration. What does the K53 say about that?
For the Bandile, they should all cross public and citizen.
Okay.
It's also like the problem here, especially location, is if you going openly, you just cross without even checking the speed of the vehicle.
Okay.
So now someone should wait pavement and then the motor speakers missing. Straight crossing to allow that person to pass and then pass. But here in Appalachian, if we walk with the very same pace, we walk outside and then we get to the road, just because there's a crossing, you cross. It shouldn't be like that.
Okay.
So we may have to get for your safety also by awareness,
Sure.
and then the men not driver
And on
to
the
give you the right of way.
and on the stop sign.
No, it's not stop sign.
So if it's a stop sign, there's a stop sign. Like, can't I cross while you stop on the stop sign?
On the yield sign.
No. We're talking about, let's say now that's on the main road.
Okay.
There's a stop sign
Stop
there.
sign, yeah.
Yes. So can't a person then cross on the stop sign while a driver obeys the stop sign?
Yes, you can cross. Especially if I can use K53 defensive driving skills, because handbrake must be up at the stop sign here in neutral, and then I observe you crossing. And then
That handbrake up.
and then I go. It's not like can't I go stop, I must just yield, check is safe and then go. No, it's not a yield, it's a stop. The stop sign must stop. Completely stop.
And start the car from scratch.
I know you must start it from car. Can bring neutral, can neutral, then break up, can neutral, then you will start again, we go.
Okay.
So that person will have a chance
To cross. Any other question? Okay, that is it. Thank you very much, Boti, again. And yes, for more information about the Driving Academy, please scroll down at the description. All their stuff are going to be there. And yeah, we even have pamphlets with prices. Yes, 10 lessons, 15, 25 lessons. We'll put that down there as well. Yeah, no discounts yet. We'll bring him back again so that our people that are subscribing, yeah, I'm told to do this subscribing button here a lot, so I'm doing that. Thank you very much, Tabayi. Before we let you go again, is there anyone, as per, I'm told again to remind myself that if you have any shout outs, anyone you want to say hello to? Okay, no shout out to the kids, to the wife, to the oh, okay, yeah. Super. And that's how we close it. This was Frank Bro Talk. Remember, don't just talk.
So guess kule bro, suni male sonko. Amengena do, sizo panda kuzingosa. Got $1 billion dream. Yeah, I need $1 billion tea. Yeah.